This morning I got an email, and it was from this guy that I actually took a group on a retreat to see the whales. It's kind of this secret little thing. It happened real fast. I was given this opportunity to hang out with this world-renowned researcher for whales.
Like a whale whisperer?
Yeah, kind of like that. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he is in massive, massive trouble.
Ooh.
Massive, massive health trouble. And he didn't come out on the first day with us to hang out with the whales. And that's when we saw the blue whale. All these really cool things happened. Super cool. And we got back and I looked at him, and I've only ever seen one other person in my entire time of the hundreds of thousands of people I worked with that looked like that. And I was like, oh, this is bad. This is very, very, very bad. And he thought it was an infected tooth. And I was like, no, it's something else. And so I'm going to tell this story. Maybe some of you can relate. And he wanted to go to the doctor in Mexico to have his tooth removed or something. And I just said before we left on the first day, I said, so if you really want a solution, you have the best healer on the planet here, so maybe you should just figure out how to ask. And I just left. And then we left and we went on the boat. We were on the boat for like 8 or 10 hours and had all these really cool experiences. We were kind of whale whispering on our own. It was amazing. And finally he asked when we got back from dinner, and I was like, okay, this is one of those where I need to do super advanced, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to create a miracle kind of thing. And I'm pretty good known for creating miracles.
Yeah.
But even me, I was just like,
it's kind of your thing.
This is kind of like a big one. I'm just like, okay, just take a big gulp and just, you got the tools, it's okay. And I'm actually having to talk myself through it because it was a little precarious.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that I could wave my hands and do my energy mastery stuff and that I could turn the circumstance around. But I was like, how quickly do I have? How much time do I have? And in my estimation, it wasn't a lot. So I just got the email from him and he said, you know that tooth? It's actually totally healed. And I was like, check. And I'm feeling better than I have in a long time. We've been out on a boat a lot, had a lot of people come through, and I just wanted to say thank you. And so my point for this story is there are wands that you can wave, but you do have to know what to do here.
Right.
You have to know what to do with the energy, and you actually have to know a system.
Yeah.
Or else he would have had his tooth pulled unnecessarily.
Yeah, and who knows what else?
Well,
that's the big question.
The next thing he was supposed to do was to have his pancreas removed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, no. There's got to be something better. I know the solution.
Yeah.
So, or something else worse.
Right. But I think that's the funny thing that we've been kind of taught and trained into is that there's a magic pill or there's, you just wave the wand. Like Harry Potter was awesome for that because it really did, like it opened up all these conversations about like what's really magical in life and all these things. And there's that thing that really kind of played into that, I think, misunderstanding that, well, if I just wave the wand and just do this certain thing, then it'll be fine.
And it will.
It kinda.
But.
Yeah.
I say it will, but there's a lot going on behind it.
Yes.
Because if you notice in that story, the first thing was he had to say yes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And the second thing in the story that I didn't tell was when I did work on him, he sat there basically in his head saying, this is stupid, this isn't going to work, I don't know what this woman is doing, and this is obscene, and he's a scientist, and I get it. You want science, I'm a scientist, you want the science to prove it, I've got the science to prove it, you want the documentation, I'll give you the documentation. But he sat there and he really, really rejected it.
Yeah.
And so he had to do a lot of little yeses. And so there is a process. There is a but and there is a process. And the first step has to be a yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it always has to start with that, a yes to yourself, a yes to that something for you that maybe you might even feel like, oh, well, I don't know if I can have that. Or you might not even know if like that's even possible, but it starts with a yes to just even step into that.
Yeah, he was in a place where he was going to reject all of that for the science, and I respect that. I truly respect that. But he said, truthfully, the only reason I said yes is because I felt so bad. And I was like, well, it was the perfect time.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, I want you all to understand that there are tools, there are processes, there are abilities that you have, so long as you have the formula.
Right. The formula's key.
Yeah. And so long as you start with the first step, which is?
First step would be to go check out the ebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to energymasterybook.com, and it's a really fantastic little ebook that's been put together free of charge. It's just out there for you with all these great tools in it that walk you through a little system, a really powerful system, because those tools start to reset in their way your energetics and also help to clean up a lot of the things that start to go on in the mind to get you out of the things that are draining the energy, or the doubt, or the self-criticism, or like that kind of frustration with other people, or whatever else might be going on, to get you out of those things and back into that shiny version of yourself, that best version of yourself. And
that's first, yes.
Yeah. And they're truly little magical tools,
Yeah.
Not unlike waving a wand, except there's a little, there's a system to it. It puts it in a context that it actually works. Now, the second step is one I'm really excited about, is to invite you over to our Facebook group, Enlightened Living. It's an awesome group. It's a place that we've designed and intentionally put together for people to bring themselves and their questions and the things that are going on in their lives, because really what we offer through Enlightened Living, I like to put it as magical solutions to impossible problems.
Ooh, so true.
So it's where so many times we get stuck in a problem, like that guy gets stuck in a problem, and it's like, well, the only way that I can solve it is this, when actually there was something that was so much more easy, right, and had the ability to help him in a much deeper way. And he had to start with that yes. And Enlightened Living is where you can have an opportunity to step into that and to explore what this world is really all about in a much more grounded and practical way.
And results.
Results.
So I'm a scientist and I want results. And so the system is created for results. So Enlightened Living Facebook group, you have to ask to be added. This is your yes. This is your way of stepping into yes. But this is where that's a deep conversation that we're having that you're going to want to jump into, because it's a place that's safe. It's like being hugged, and it's being like welcomed into a place where you know that it's easy to have that conversation. So come on over there and join us.
Yep. We'll see you there.